Hello guys, today we are going to talk about cloud source repositories. So we will see how to create these and all about the cloud source repository. So basically it is like private Git repositories which will be hosted on Google Cloud. So like you know about like GitHub, Git. So these are all like repositories only like GitHub provide, Bitbucket provide us repo. Same in Google Cloud we have cloud source repositories which we can use to create our private Git repository. So we can perform exact same operations like which we can perform. So like git clone, git pull, git push, like the common commands we can even perform this on even on cloud source repositories also. And even we can sync up like our existing GitHub or Bitbucket repo. So like you have a GitHub repo and you want to use that repo with Google Cloud, so you can just clone that, use that, or we can say sync that GitHub repo with our cloud source repositories. So what will happen? So all the tasks will be done on that GitHub only. It will just mirror that repo. And after that, on cloud source repositories, there is a special function like which prevent us, or like we can say prevent users from storing security keys like JSON files or like .pem file. So it prevent us, like it gives a warning if you try to push that file into your repo. Also, authentication methods, we can authenticate by using SSH. Even we can use CLI and we can also use manually generated credentials. We will talk about this in the upcoming demo. And if you want to mirror a GitHub or Bitbucket repository, so what will happen, like commit when we mirror the this repo, so like the commit that we push to the GitHub repositories are copied, mirrored, and into a hosted cloud source repository. So all the work has been done on GitHub only or Bitbucket. It is the same example for both of the tool. So if you push any changes to GitHub, it will automatically copied and mirrored to our source repository. So Google Cloud can fetch the record from the your cloud source repositories. And like as of now, cloud Bitbucket cloud and GitHub cloud repository can be mirrored, but if you have a self-hosted Bitbucket and GitHub, that cannot be supported. And when we try to mirror a repository, we first have to give a authentication credentials like your username and password. Once you log in into your GitHub accounts, then you provide permission to Google Cloud to access that. And we can then select which repositories we want to use. Like if you have multiple repository in GitHub, you can choose a specific repository which one you want to use. And these are the some permissions which we can see, like if you give you someone you give this reader permission, he can have only viewing permissions. This writer one has viewing plus push permissions, like if he and we has to push some code. And this administrator has like create, delete repo. Someone has to create then all these. So we will see all these in the upcoming demo. So let's move into demo and see. So I'm in my Cloud Console window. So if you search here the cloud source repository, it will give a new page. It will open this page something like this. You can, if you want to go back to Cloud Console, just click on this button and now just click on get started. So first of all, it asking to create a repository. So just click a repository. You have two options, whether you can create a new repo or you can connect an external repo like which I'm talking about, like GitHub or Bitbucket. So let's first create a simple new repo. We will check out this option later on. Just click on continue, give it a name like any name you want to give, like my new repo. After that you have to select a project. So I am selecting this project and just create on it. So my repo has been created. Now I can add code to my repository, whether I can clone this repo or I can just push code from a local Git repository. I have of all the options. So like we have three options which I'm talking about: SSH authentication, Cloud SDK, or we can use manually generated credentials. So if you want to use this SSH authentication, so first of all we have to follow this article in which we have to create our one key, SSH key. That then once we added that key, we have to go here in the sorry, the click on these three icons and we have to click on manage SSH key and click register SSH key. Once you click on register SSH key, it will ask a key name and it will ask the key. So let's create a key and see how it is work. So before creating a key, let's go back and do one testing. So as of now, if I go back to my repository, my old repo, if I try to clone this, clone means that I'm copying that the thing which in this repo. I have a VM running. So let's go and run this command git clone. Yes. So as we can see, it is saying that please make sure you have the correct access rights and the repository exits. As of now, it is giving permission denied. It is giving permission denied because it is a private repo. As we know that Google Cloud Source repository only support private repos. You cannot get a public repo here. So that's why I'm not able to access this repo. So first of all, let's you create a SSH authentication. So I will run some commands in my VM. So I will show you which commands need to be run. So we have to create via SSH keygen, SSH keygen hyphen T RSA after that hyphen C, and we have to provide that username like so. I have admin1 at the rate cloud concepts for you dot in. Just you can enter or you can give a file name also. I'm just clicking enter only. So it has been created. So it's a location where my public key has been saved. So we have to copy the this public key. So let's get, so we have to copy this and we have to provide this public key to our cloud source repo. So let's go back again, go to manage SSH keys, register an SSH key, key name my key. You can give anything and just provide that key and just click on register. So this is a public key I'm just providing. So private key is also generated, but it is in my VM only. So now if I try to clone, it must work. So this is the clone command which I tried previously. So we can see we have successfully cloned an empty repository. So it is saying that this is an empty repo because we have not created any file. So if we do ls, we can see this is my new repo which I have created, my new repo. So let's go inside it, cd my new repo, and let's create a new file, touch new.txt. Just push this to hyphen. So we are just pushing the changes to our repo. So we can see we have pushed this. So now let's refresh this page and we can see all that the file which we have created. You can see the file we are now able to see, new file. So now let's do one thing, just remove this SSH key. Let's delete it and now try to create a new one more file and try to push it, touch.new.txt. So see, we can see that again it is giving the same error that repository we don't have rights and you check whether the repo exists or not. So we have checked the authentication option, this one, manage SSH key. Now let's try to do second option. For the second option, it is very we have to use Cloud SDK. So we have to go to your Cloud CLI or Cloud SDK and run this command. And in the third option, we will use manually generated credentials. So if you want to use this, so you have to click how to set up. So it will ask you to register the click on here manually generate credential and you have to click on this create and store your credentials. So once we click on that option, it will ask us the email account which we want to use. So once we provide that email account, it will give us to this thing, we for Windows users and for like Linux users. So just copy this and we will go back here and just paste it in our VM. So we have if we go back and we can see now for this clone we have a different source like source.developers, and if you go to authentication it is like different like admin ssh. So we have to reclone it. So we click on this copy command and I have okay, let me remove my this repo now, my new repo, and now reclone it. So I am able to clone because now as of now you can see I'm not using any SSH key. I'm just using this one which I have generated by clicking here generate and store your git credentials. So I'm able to use this. So let's go inside it and create a new file like here again. touch new dot txt new tool and just add it commit type and just let's push it. So we are able to push it as you can see, and if you go back we can see that there are now two files. And the third one is like if you want to use you just use this cloud SDK, that you go here and the cloud SDK must be installed and you just run this command. So every clone has a different command, like if you go to SSH authentication it has a different clone command, SDK has a different like type of like how to type this, and this one has a different thing. So this is a very simple thing. If you want to go to settings, just click on this and you can go to settings of like general settings, in which you can delete the repo. If you click on delete repo, you have to provide your repo name. And if you go to permissions, you can give access to any user or anyone from here. And if you want to go to project, just click on this project. And if you want to give like project by permissions, so you can give from here also, and you can see which are the connected repository, all that. So this is a very basic demo we have done. So just we have created a repo and just push the changes, and we have used all the three methods which is available to us. Now let's create one more repository. So we will click here and go click on here, sorry, add repository, and this time we will connect external repository. So we will click continue, and we have to select our project. After that we have to choose whether it is a GitHub or Bitbucket. So accurate, it is accurate same. So I will try to connect Bitbucket once. You can choose like GitHub also, the steps are accurate same. You have to just provide your author this option and click connect to Bitbucket. So it will authenticate and check your credentials. So if you don't have not login, you have to log in into your Bitbucket. So I've already logged in, so I don't have to again re-log in. So you can see I'm in my Bitbucket. I have already logged in. Same with the GitHub also. So this is my repo available in Git in my Bitbucket, as you can see. So now just click on it, connect selected repository. So we are just connecting a repo, not a full our account. So we are giving access cloud source repository to access our single repo. So you can see it is already connected now. It's showing connected. Click on OK, and this is only a readme file. So if I go here and try to create a file, click on add file, and let's give a name testing.txt, checking mirror repo, and just commit. We have just committed. So we can see as of now we have two files. So if you go back to our cloud source, we can just refresh the page. It must show about the two files because it's a mirror one. So you can see the second file has been came already. It is very fast. So sometime will what will happen, like it is not syncing or something issue is happening. You can go to setting option and just click on sync from Bitbucket. So it will automatically sync all the changes if it is not showing any changes. So one thing you can notice that when we ever like mirror a repository from GitHub or Bitbucket, it will just uh, prefix that Bitbucket and this your like name, whatever you are using. So I'm using cloud build 123. So it is just like prefix this name. So if I use GitHub, so it will use GitHub, then your username, all that. So even if we click on my source and go to all repository, it will get that icon also. So you can, with the help of icon, you can recognize that it is coming from Bitbucket. Same, it will give an icon for GitHub like this. If we have mirrored a repo from GitHub also. So one more test we can do now, just clone it and do some testing. As I already said, so we will just go here, manually generated credentials. So this manually generated credentials are for all the repos. So once you have given to someone, so it goes very like uh, confidentially, don't give anyone you don't know. Otherwise he has access to all your repos and so. So let's clone this, git clone Bitbucket. we have successfully cloned this. So let's go to Bitbucket cloud build, and after that we can see we have some files here. So now let's create one new file, touch new.txt, and just add it, commit it, and now let's try to push it. What do you think, whether we're able to push or not? So we are getting a denied error, like we don't have permission. This is the repository is a read-only mirror of this. So it is asking to update in this repository and push the changes here instead of our repository which we have mirrored in cloud source. So cloud source, it is only a read. We can see what is happening, but we cannot push the changes here. So you have to be make sure that you're pushing your changes in your GitHub or Bitbucket only. Also, we have some option like we can link it to multiple things, like with the we can even link to PubSub also. Like if you want if something is happened, like if someone has created a new repo, anything deleted changes, pushes changes, we can do with the help of PubSub. We can generate a message also. So first of all, you need a like go to topics and create a topic. Just create a simple topic and provide a topic ID and just use a default subscription. I have already created. You just do this. After that, you have to use your Cloud Shell to run a single command. I will show you that command. So with the help of this command, what we are doing here, we are using gcloud source project configs update. We are updating and we are adding this topic, this specific topic to our project configs. We can even add to this our to repo also, and just click on and so we can see we have already now we have added this specific topic with our project. So whenever we create a new repo, we will get a notification. If you want to add this topic to with your like with a specific repo, you can also do that. Just you can check out this um, documentation. So just go down and you can just use repo update and provide a repo name and just add a topic name. So now let's create a new repository. Create a new repo. Let's give a name PubSub only. PubSub, your project ID, and just click on create. So now what will happen? It will just trigger a message to our PubSub. With the help of subscription, we can fetch that message, and we came to know that someone has created that repo. So like you can use cloud functions and all that to like to create a notification event, anything. So let's go inside the subscription and go to subscription, go to messages. So it is a pull subscription. Let's pull, see if any message is there for us. So we can see there is a message at 120 like 33. So let's go inside this message. So we can see create repo event has been created, event time is there, and that URL of that source developer. This is my PubSub repo which we have created. So with the help of this, we can even create that notification. So this is a very basic demo. So this is like how to create this cloud source repository and what are the options we have. I have showed you. In the next demo, we will work upon cloud build, which is the main thing which we use. But in the cloud source repositories, basically we use to store our code, like our source code which we want to use. If you have any questions or suggestions or anything, just comment. I will try to help you. Thank you.